After gambling away their customers' data in a game of cybersecurity roulette, MGM has finally decided to fold its hand in court. Today, they settled 14 class action lawsuits for a total of $45 million, all to soothe the shattered nerves of the 37 million customers whose personal details were essentially left out on the casino's front porch. Of course, a good chunk of that money will go straight to the lawyers who apparently hit the jackpot, while everyone else is sifting through identity theft warnings and credit monitoring offerings. If you're one of those 37 million data breach victims eagerly awaiting a compensation check, don't spend it all in one place. Unless, of course, that place is the drive through window of your favorite fast food restaurant. Sure, you might be able to afford a supersized meal, but just don't expect any fancy sauces on the side. And if you were hoping for a free buffet voucher or a comped night at the MGM Grand, sorry to break it to you, but the house always wins, especially when it's the lawyers walking away with the chips. In other news, DistroWatch, which, well, watches Linux distros, I suppose, announced that Facebook is censoring its posts about Linux. Apparently, they're not alone. Numerous other Linux-oriented groups have found themselves exiled from Mark Zuckerberg's digital retirement home. And here we were thinking 2025 was finally going to be the year of Linux on the desktop. Hope springs eternal. Apparently, Facebook thinks that Linux is malware. Now, look, I don't know how best to say this. Facebook is for old people, and scammers scamming old people. Linux just makes that process much harder. So I kind of understand Facebook's stance here. Nothing kills the vibe of a good multi-level marketing sham pitch like some bearded developer trying to explain Linux file system permissions. Finally, it's been a little more than a week since the TikTok ban that was and then wasn't and might yet be again. Maybe. Most people in the US at least were very angry that TikTok was the subject of the ban and believe it should have instead been Microsoft Teams that was banned. And speaking of Microsoft Teams, phishing attacks through Teams are so prevalent and so effective that Microsoft announced that it is rolling out phishing protection for all Teams users. This seems like an excellent opportunity to take some in-office vacation time, at least away from Teams meetings. Blame your absence on the new anti-phishing protections.